If you're completely new to the channel, this video might be a bit of a shock, but what I do every single month is I tell you how much money I've made online. I feel like as someone who's looking to try and learn to make money online like myself, and then also teach other people how to do it, I think it's quite important that I actually show you myself how much I'm making to the penny, because I think that can be quite beneficial. You see a lot of YouTubers who aren't making very much online, but they try to preach how to do it. I feel like with me being brutally honest and showing you how much I earn, you can really see long term how well strategies I use are paying off. So for example, I might make a video a year ago saying user testing's the best site in the world, but then a year on I'm making £2 a month from it. Or I might use a site in a video and say it's not worthwhile doing, but I'll continue doing it in the background, and then in a year's time I'm making hundreds. It's just a nice way to keep up top with the methods I'm still using, the methods I've thought at the moment aren't too good, and then obviously any new methods that I'm using that videos are yet to come out on, but you want to see how much they're generating. Now, last month I didn't do one of these videos, despite the fact that I do one every single month, and I'm about to show you why. So if you quickly look at the screen here, you can see last month I made £354.99 in total. I'm not blurring this one. I'll blur it when I add in March and then go through it income at a time. But as you can see with February here, the majority of my income, £338 of that 350, came from referral codes and YouTube. The reason I didn't want to showcase this last month as its own video is because there was no value to be gained from it. There was no website me telling you it was going to work. There's no new strategy I'd found. And the reason for that is in February I had my dissertation due, so my whole month was pretty much focused on my dissertation. My YouTube videos I recorded weeks in advance and got them up the day before they were going up, so it was a very stressful month for me, and that's why the income was really low. And I didn't use any other sites. I didn't do any match betting, I didn't do any user testing, I didn't do hardly any trading, I didn't even do the most I could do with Appen, I didn't do any prolific, I didn't do any cashback. I literally did nothing that month apart from YouTube, dissertation. So hopefully as university work starts to cool off, I've got 2 more essays left, they'll be done fairly soon, and then I have 3 months where it is going to be full focus into YouTube and how to make money online. We've got about 50 different videos I've already got planned on ways you can make money online. So please, if you want to learn how to make money online or want to learn which methods not to use, hit the subscribe button down below, because we've got some really good videos coming. And while you're down there, if you've got any websites you want me to try out, or any strategies of making money you want me to try out, anything at all, let me know down in the comments and I'll get that added to my list, and I'll put it right at the top because I know you'll be interested in watching it. But now let's get into how much I made in March, and then we'll go in a bit more depth in where the money's coming from, what sites I'd recommend, everything like that. So here we go then. It's a little bit different because what you'll be able to see is my whole year to date. You'll see the February column, the March column, and what we're going to do is go through March, highest income to lowest income. Then we'll take a quick look at the year all round, see where the totals are standing at. Then I'll jump down to my investments in the bottom table and let you know how they're getting on. So at the top we have YouTube income. Now this is below student loan. Student loan I feel like everyone should know about by now. It's just my income that I get every 3 months in a lump sum to help with living costs while at university. It is not going to last for very much longer, and the whole aim of this channel was to try and generate enough money so that when that income loan, or the student loan stops I should say, I can replace that with another source of income. And we've got 3 months to do that before it runs out, so that's why it's going to be an intense 3 months left on the channel. But YouTube, as you can see, we had £197 in January, £239 in February, and then 316 in March. If you're wondering what happens with the YouTube income, at the moment I have been living off it because I've had no other income come in from any sources, but already with some things that I've just got approved for over the last few days, that YouTube income is now going to start going back into the bank account what was set up for it, and that's going to be a little pot that will allow us to use that money in videos and use it for drop shipping, or use it for a t-shirt print on demand, for Amazon affiliates, for Amazon FBA, for just a huge range of different things. So whenever you watch a video and an advert comes up, it is helping me to be able to make better videos for you guys. So thank you for that. Now it also links in with something I want to say, which is if you even remotely doubt doing a YouTube channel, go do it. It may take a while before you start to see some money, but the growth can be pretty huge, especially when you look at the money. Because for me, I did YouTube for 6 months before I was monetized, which is 1,000 subs and 4,000 watch hours. And I was getting very little them first few months, £50, £90, sometimes £100 if it was a good month. But you can see already here, we had 197, then we hit my first £200 month on YouTube, and then the month after we've hit my first £300 month on YouTube. So the growth really can start to jump up once you start to get consistent and really start to grow. So I'd recommend, if you've got any hobby you do, anything you think other people would be interested in, or anything you think you'd enjoy making videos on, go and do it. There is no reason why you shouldn't. Now your first few videos will be pretty awful, mine were too, and probably still are, but no one's really going to be watching them from the first few, so just use them to get comfortable. Moving on though, we then have referral codes. Now referral codes is up quite a bit from last month. As you can see, it was £99 last month, it's £120 this month. That is because we did that video a few weeks back where it was free money, and whenever you guys signed up for stuff, I also got free money from that as well. So hopefully you guys enjoyed getting some free money that week or that month. Pretty much the whole amount of that referral code's money is from you guys also getting the same. So that is, I'd say about £110 of that is also £110 that you guys got from that video. So that's quite nice to see. Moving on though, we now have match betting. Oh, by the way, if you ever want to get some free money from that video and you don't want to go watch the video or anything along them lines, go to the website, link in the description, click free money, everything's over there. I update that every few weeks. But down below we now have match betting. That is £7.85. It's not a huge return, but we did one bit of match betting this month. I think it was while whichever horse racing things just finished was on. I know for you guys that will be Grand National. That's coming up this coming weekend, but for me it's the one whichever just finished. I think it was Cheltenham. I did quite a lot of match betting over Cheltenham. Well, not really, to be honest. I did about 3 races, but it was still a nice little return. Don't get me wrong, match betting horses for festivals, after some of the videos I've seen, it's definitely something I'm going to get back into, but you normally need such a big bankroll to be able to get started with that. I don't really think it's worthwhile me doing just at the moment, but I think definitely moving on later into the year or next year, match betting with horses is going to be such a profitable stream of income on this channel, and I'll definitely look forward to teaching you guys how you can do that as well. I do know that my match betting income could be a lot bigger. It is something I'm going to work on, especially now that I've got the time to do it. It is going to be something that is going to really start to sharply increase, I believe, on this channel. Underneath that we then have Appen. This is the lowest Appen has been for me in a while, and that is because I'm basically phasing it out. For those of you who don't know Appen, it basically is a website full of projects that you can do and earn money from it. Most of the time you can get a full-time wage. I've applied for over 60 projects in the last 3 weeks, and I haven't heard back from any of them. I don't know if it's just me or if you guys are experiencing the same thing. Maybe there's just that many people now on Appen that are applying for it that it's hard. But the most I was getting month on month was, I think, £21 for the past 4 or 5 months. And for me, it's not worth the time doing it. I'm still going to load up Appen once a week, check all the projects, apply for any I like the look of, that will get a good income. But I'm not going to be doing the little here and there jobs anymore on Appen. So Appen from now on will probably be sat at 0 unless we get a big project. I'd still recommend you use Appen and look it up and research all the projects and keep going for them, because you can get some big profits. But for me, I think Appen is done until I get the next big project. The next one down then is Top Cashback, where I got £1 and 1 pence. That is from the video you guys saw a few weeks back. That is the £1 1 pence profit we got from them slot machines. The £75 is still sat in the account pending. We haven't got that one just yet, but as soon as we get that one, that will be added to the cashback on here. I know I could just do whenever it's been added to my account and starts getting pending, but I'd like to do it from the instance where it gets cashed out, so you guys will know how long it takes before I get the money from Top Cashback. But I'd definitely recommend doing that yourself if you haven't already. And then for the first month since we set up the website, we have AdSense on the website now, And for the last, I think, week it was up, and week there was adverts in March, we got 39 pence. It's not a great amount of money, but hopefully as I can now focus more time into the website as well, hopefully we'll start to see that build up. All I want the website to be able to do by this time next year is pay for itself. It costs me about £40 a year. If it can get that much generated through it, that will be incredible. It pays for itself. If it gets any more above that, that's also a bonus. But for me, just keep growing the website. There'll be more things put on it, and then hopefully in the next few months it will be paying for itself, which would be ideal. If it doesn't pay for itself within 1 to 2 years, then I will just cut the website out, because there won't be much point to having it there, but hopefully that shouldn't be a problem anyway. Looking down at these next 4 then, we've got user testing, Lionbridge, horse trading and prolific. User testing, I just, again, didn't have enough time this month. Still heavily focusing on university for the next 1 to 2 weeks, and then I'll be done. So it might be the case that April itself as well doesn't have too many different variations in websites and income, but there'll definitely be a bit more as I'm looking to diversify how much I can bring in, especially towards the end of the month. So next month when you watch this, there should hopefully be some money in these websites and trading options, as well as there being more sites on the list as well. That will hopefully bring in some profit. But you can see there, user testing, prolific, horse trading, I just didn't have enough time to do them in general. Lionbridge, on the other hand, was some positive news that will be coming back. As I always said before, when I got let go from Lionbridge because they just didn't need as many people anymore, I was still going to be on the lookout, constantly applying for any new roles and jobs that came up. I think it's now called Telus International. I'm going to do another video on it fairly soon because they've asked me to, which is quite weird. But hopefully, now that I'm starting to get back onto Lionbridge, I think it's around about the 17th of April, I start my job back there again. That will start to bring in another bit of comfortable income for a limited time a day. So go give Telus International or Lionbridge a look if you haven't yet already. Prolific as well, just a quick note on that. I know quite a lot of you guys have been asking me for alternatives to Prolific. In the next few weeks we're going to have that video where I do Prolific 9 to 5 for a full day to see the income. I am also going to remind you in that video that in the week after that, so the Prolific video will come out on a Monday, the next Monday will be a full video dedicated to alternatives to Prolific while you're on the waiting list. So hopefully that's a video worth sticking around for. And at the bottom we have Betfair trading at minus £28.97. Now don't be alarmed by that. That is just because I was trying around some different stakes this month. Overall, in terms of percentage return, I was still in profit. So that helps me realise that my strategy is still good and the strategies I use are still working. But I was just trying out some larger stakes. So the ones with the bigger stakes lost, ones with the smaller stakes won. So it's not too bad. You can see the total profit this month was £421.98. An increase on last month. For the first time in months, we've finally had an increase on the last month. I know it doesn't take much to do better than February, but we still did it. It was an increase of £66, and that's including the £30 loss from Betfair. So I'm looking a lot better than I was before. We're hopefully going to be getting some more websites to focus on the next few months as well. And please, if you know any website where you can make money online, let me know in the comments. I will give it a go. You'll see it on the spreadsheet, and we'll see how much we can make. Just to quickly show you over here on Betfair then, to prove I wasn't lying, and in fact, I guess I was lying, we were 2% down in the end of the month, but that is because of this one last tennis trade I did a few days ago, or a few weeks ago, and in fact, yeah, it was a few weeks ago, but you can see just here by what I mean, there was a 100% stake down here, which was completely my mistake. I had literally just selected to trade out from that for a profit of around 80%, I think, and me being stupid me, I decided to get greedy and hold on to it for a little bit longer and try and aim for 100%, and literally, and I mean literally with this, 5 seconds later a goal came. So, and the method I was using was under 2.5 goals after 2 goals had already gone in, so that one goal just killed off the trade and it was 100% gone. I was ready to green up and take either a loss or 0%, as I did with this Real Betis Atletico game. £100 stake, but I greened up and then a goal came, so I lost nothing. But ultimately, I waited a bit too long. If I hadn't have got that in there and I'd have got the grain up like I intended to, we'd be looking at nearly 100% of return this month. Instead, we're looking at 2% loss. But I'm not too worried. It's a mistake. I've learnt from it. We haven't lost too much money while doing it. And you can see some of the returns I was getting. They were quite low, but that was just me trying to build back up the percentage again. So this month was probably my worst month I've had trading. I think I was trying to trade while also doing dissertation work and everything along them lines, and it was a poor mistake from me. But hopefully we'll start to see that change over the next few weeks and months. And then we'll quickly jump down to the investment section down here. Now when I do the investment section, I unhide the total column and I'll show you it based on totals. So you can see so far with these investments, this is from when I've started them. So from when I started this spreadsheet even, which was last January I believe. So over a year now. We've got trading 2 and 2, £63 profit. We then got Binance, which is my 11 or 12 random cryptos, however many it was. That's up by £14. We've got dividends coming in from BlockFi, which is up at £12. We then have trading 2 and 2 dividends up at £9.40. We have Ethereum, which is up by £4.03. We then have Bitcoin, which is down by £54. Sorare, which is down by £388. And then which is down by £596. But for the first month since owning it, a tiny bit of profit. A slowed down loss there in February, a tiny bit of profit in March. We might be starting to see that turn around. And one of the big benefits if that turns around is because it's been accumulating compound interest and growing in actual amount I own. When we initially started off with I bought 0.5 and that cost me around £650. Or as you can see here, around about £600 to be honest. I now own, I think 1.9 So if it can even just go back to the value it was when we bought it, that will be a huge profit. So that will be very nice to keep an eye on. When it comes to Sorare, it's one where it's just been a few mistakes from me. I've invested in players when the season's coming to an end. It's going to be more long-term profit than not. I bought a new player the other day. Instantly, first game back, he gets injured at half-time. I've got a few players who are hit and miss, might be getting relegated, might not be. It's going to be a big few months for Sorare for me. I'm either going to be making a nice chunk of profit when the leagues come to start up again and players start to go back up in value, or I'm going to be making quite a heavy loss. But luckily for me as well, I've hit the threshold now 2 weeks in a row on Sorare. So that's £50 we've had from Sorare back in the account. So that's really going to help with that loss and hopefully start to build us back up into profit again. But that is it for the month of March and April in terms of earnings. I know it wasn't great. It's still something I'm not too proud of, to be completely honest. Because looking at this, the amount of my income, or the main portion of my income I should say, is coming from YouTube income and referral links, which is not what I want. I want it to mainly be coming from other sites and external sites where I can show you guys how to make the money as well. So hopefully, over the course of the next few months, as you can see here, we're in April at the moment, it's the 6th, I'm about 2 weeks off being done uni completely, so we'll have half of April, full month of May, full month of June, full month of July, and full month of August of me fully focusing on you guys, YouTube, income we can get online, and then we'll see where we're at in August. If in August I haven't got enough money to have a full-time income and live off, I'll go get either a part-time job if the income on here is looking up, or I'll get a full-time job and look to do this on evenings. But do not fear, the channel is here to stay. I will be continuously grinding this channel until it becomes a bearable income, I promise you that, and hopefully you guys, when you're watching along, will be able to build up and get some money yourself as well. Just one thing I always like to do at the end of the videos is just showcase to you how much I've made since I've started the YouTube channel. That is including everything. It's including referral codes, user testing, prolific, apping, line bridge, YouTube income itself, everything completely. I've showed you every single penny of it on YouTube, and we've made £8,044. So it's looking very nice and comfortable at the moment. But hopefully we can keep that building, keep that growing, and hopefully you guys can keep growing as well with your incomes. Let me know down below if you've got any websites you want me to try yourself. hit the subscribe button while you're down there so you don't miss out on future videos, and I'll see you guys next time.